Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelsey and I am a licensed nail tech. Today I'm going to be doing a hard gel fill on myself, so we're going to be taking these off, filling them in, and redoing them. I'm also going to show you how I fix the downward curve of my nails here, because that just happens when they grow out to some of them. So I'm going to show you how I fix that. So let's get into it. I'm going to start by taking all of my gems off, and then we'll get to filing all the old product off. Alright, so everything is off, and you can really see like how curved that one is. I'm gonna get my file, I can kind of show you. So like obviously you want it to be like straight out, and you can see just how curved that is. I definitely have a challenge ahead of me with this. I haven't fixed a curved nail in a long time, because usually I just take them off and completely redo them, put new tips on. It is kind of less work that way, I won't lie, but we're gonna see what we can do. So now I'm going to go in with a cuticle bit. This is from Erica's ATA, I believe, and I'm just gonna go through and clean up my cuticles now. This I think is like my favorite part of a nail service, is doing the cuticle work. Just very important to remember not to push down into the nail plate really hard. I honestly, when I do my cuticles like this, I put more pressure, like pushing back towards the skin, and not really hard, still gentle, but kind of like you would with a cuticle pusher, and just push that cuticle out of the way. And honestly, like not really going on the nail plate at all. On my other hand, I'm gonna put my Dremel, my e-file, in reverse and just do the same thing. I get asked all the time, you know, doing my non-dominant hand or using my non-dominant hand, and people always ask, you know, how hard it is, and it is. I mean, I've been doing my own nails for probably almost 10 years now, and I still struggle with it. I am not ambidextrous, like, at all. So I will be honest, for sure, my right hand, my nails are probably more damaged than my left, because I still have accidents every now and again. But patience is definitely key. Just make sure you're moving slow, don't have your e-file up too high. I think the speeds of the e-files when people are doing their own nails is probably the hardest to figure out, because all bits kind of require different speed. I will say, when you're debulking the nail, I see a lot of people that use their e-files on a lower speed, and I'll be honest, most of the time when I'm debulking or taking old product off, I have my e-file up as high as it goes, because you don't need a lot of pressure that way, so it saves some strain on your hands. And also, I've found that using it higher speeds and less pressure creates less heat. You know, sometimes when you're filing stuff off and you get a heat spike, that could be why. But, you know, at the same time, if you're not comfortable with high speeds, then that's something that you have to practice. You don't want to be hurting anybody either. That's good enough for me. I'm gonna go back to the forward motion, and I don't really feel like cutting my cuticles, so we're just gonna get as much as we can off here. Now we're going to go in with a sanding band, and very lightly on low speed, I'm just going to prep my natural nail plate. This is a good time to get like any lifting that was near the back that you might have missed with the coarser bit, because of course you don't want to be going over the natural nail plate with the coarse bit. All right, now we are prepped. And ready to start applying. I'm gonna clean the dust off of this and be right back. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I just got this in the mail not that long ago. I got the Ultimate Gel Kit from PLA. I've never used their products before. This will be the first time. So we're gonna try out their hard gel today. I'm super excited to try it because it looks so nice. The color is so pretty. So we're gonna try that out. That's what we're gonna be filling with. And we're gonna try out, we're gonna see how their base coat and their top coat works as well. But first, we are going to take paper towel and I'm going to cleanse and dehydrate. This is honestly what I do. Instead of buying like the no lint wipes and stuff, I just tear up some paper towels. So grab these. I'm gonna use my Young Nails swipe and we're gonna cleanse these really good. Now, let me plug in my light. All right, now we're gonna go in with our base coat. Actually, I'm gonna turn this. So I started working and I didn't even realize that I didn't hit record, so that's my bad. So I just kind of started just like doing a normal fill on this one, and what I did and what I kind of like showed was I used my file to see which ones need a little bit of like help shape wise, like straightened out. And so my pointer, my middle, and my ring finger all need a little bit of help there. My pinky, if it'll focus, and my thumb aren't bad, so I'm just gonna leave those alone and fill them as I normally would. So I did just start with like a normal fill. I'll show you again on this finger how I did that, but to continue with this one, I just did my normal fill in here. Of course, it's still slanted down. So now I'm gonna do another layer of gel, and we're gonna focus it mainly just on the tip. It's gonna look a little goofy. It's gonna look a little wild. This is where we really have to trust the process. I'm gonna pull you out just a little bit so that way I stay in frame. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it on the end, total opposite of like what you're supposed to do, right? We're gonna do that. And you can see as it kind of, we get it a little bit thicker, then we can take it up. So it's gonna look crazy. I haven't done this in a long time, guys, so I'm like, I might struggle a little bit here. It has been a little while. I think this is most of the time why you see a lot of nail techs that really push for the, like, every few visits you need a new set. And I think a lot of people don't really understand why that is, because I think a lot of people think that it's necessary, but it's honestly really not necessary to do that. And that's because, I mean, as long as you, when you fill, if you're And I'm talking strictly about gel here. I am a gel nail tech. I don't work with acrylic, so I can't speak on acrylic and, you know, how that is. But with gel, you know, as long as when you're doing your fill-ins and things, as long as you are removing all of your lifting and doing good prep, and, you know, you're not having any issues like that, you can just keep filling them and filling them and filling them. But as most of us know, natural nails, as they grow out, they tend to grow crooked, or like mine, they grow curved down. Some people's nails grow curved up. So everybody's nails grow differently, and sometimes it can be difficult to correct those, or it is just more time consuming. You know, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna correct all of my curved nails, and honestly, it'll probably take longer than it would have to just take them all off and put a new set of like Gel-X on. But just for the sake of the video, and because I haven't done it in a while, I figured I would try it out and do it again and show you how to do that. So now you can see with that, I probably will still lose a little bit of length, and honestly, I'm okay with that. They don't need to be perfect. You could keep working on it until you get it exactly where you want it. I'm not going to be that picky about it because, again, I don't want to be here all day, I'll be honest. So now I'll just show you really quick how I do just like a normal fill, because I didn't record that on the first finger, so I'll do it now. So I just take a little bit to do like a slip layer or a wet layer, whatever you want to call it, to help the gel kind of like self-level and flow where it needs to flow. And then we'll take a bigger bead. We're not going to cure that. We're going to leave it wet. I'm going to take a bigger bead of gel, and I'm not going to go all the way back to the cuticle because we don't want to risk like flooding it. I'm going to go a little bit below it, and I'm just going to kind of work it in and slowly just push it up towards the cuticle. We did that wet layer, so it's going to help self-level a lot more seamlessly up there without having to put like a big glob back there. And then sometimes it just depends on how much I use. Sometimes I kind of tick-tock it down this way, or I'll just pull it down and kind of play with it to smooth it out. But since I'm trying to build up the ends a little bit more, I'm just going to grab more a while and just go right back in, and then do that tick-tock motion all the way down. Just like that. And then I'm gonna kind of help it to the sides a little bit to make sure we have enough on the sides. The other thing with doing this method as well, with, you know, fixing the curves this way, is it is going to require a lot more filing for me too, which is why I didn't like shape them up before I started applying the product, because I knew I was going to have a lot of filing ahead of me. So there's that one. This one's honestly not too bad, so I might just leave it like that. Maybe I'll just add a tiny bit more to the tip quickly before I cure it. I do really like the consistency of this gel. It is not super runny, but it does flow. If you're not super fast, you might lose it, because I was starting to lose it there myself. So I'm just going to turn it upside down and kind of let it pull back to the middle before I cure it. Oh yeah, you can see just how fast that kind of moved there. So I'm gonna, no, you can't really see that very well, but I'm gonna pull this down to the tip so that way we can correct that. I think that'll be pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna cure that. I am really liking the consistency of this gel, and I think the color is also really pretty. Got a little hot. Pro tip, if it gets hot in there, pull it out and just push down, put pressure on your fingertips. It helps a lot with the heat spike. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go through, I'm gonna do the rest of my nails that way. I will record it, but I will speed it up. I probably won't record doing my other hand because that will take me forever, and even speeding it up is going to make the video probably pretty long. So I will just put some music on and let you guys enjoy watching the process. So they're all filled, looking a little bit crazy, a little bit thick. We'll fix that. But now I'm going to do the other hand. First, let's get this cleaned up. And one thing I noticed that I didn't comment on with this hand was, and you probably saw it in some of the clips if you go back and look, the base coat seemed like it kind of, after curing, kind of separated a little bit. So I'm not sure why that is. I'm gonna try shaking it when I do my other hand and see if that fixes it. Maybe I just needed to shake it up a little bit. So I'm gonna try that and I will report back. I think shaking it up helped a little bit. I did have to go over them twice though. I don't know if I'll be able to see it on the camera or not. Let me see if I can get my light a bit closer. It did still kind of pull away a little bit. So I'm not really sure. If anybody uses the PLA brand, specifically the base coat, if you know why this happens, what I might be doing wrong, let me know in the comments. It might just be user error. I'm really not sure. I don't want to blame it on the brand since it's the first time I've used it. So it absolutely could be user error on that end, but we're just going to keep moving forward. We'll see how they hold up. If I get lifting, well, I'm going to take them off in about 2 weeks anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But I can report back on that as well if you're interested to see how they hold up. Okay, so now let's do the other hand. Again, I'm not going to record it because it might take me a little while. This guy is going to take the most amount of work. So I will come back when they're all done and show you what they're looking like before I file. So they are all filled. They are misshapen and very thick. So for my least favorite part of this, now we're going to get them filed and shaped up. I will speed this up as well, just so, again, I'm not sitting here forever. I will show you in a minute, when I get to this one, how we're gonna fix that curve if it's not obvious already. So now I'm going to take the coarser side of my file, and what we're going to do is we're just going to file away the bottom of this. Make sure you're not, I mean, because you don't want to make the curve even worse, and you don't want to be like notching into that. So make sure that you have this like parallel. Just gonna bring that up. I probably will lose just a little bit of length with this because I didn't build it up like crazy, but you can already see like how much better that's looking. And shape it. Now you can see there's still a little bit, like I could file it up a little bit more, but I don't want to lose any more length on it. So I'm just gonna leave it. It's definitely a lot better than it was, so I'll take it. And then, so now you'll see underneath, they have all of that like product flat across. So once I get all of these done, I will show you how to fix that. And we'll just speed this up and make this a little bit faster to watch. And I'll be back for that part. they are all filed. They are looking way better. I filed my life away, I think. I think I might have disassociated about halfway through doing all that. That took a long time. So, you know, we're just gonna dust them off. I'm going to clean them with my swipe again, get all the dust off of them. I'm gonna change this to get rid of the dust so that way we can start painting, and I'll be right back. I just remembered I didn't show you filing, like how I fixed the underneath of these, because I almost forgot. So let me show you really quick. I did put this bit back on my e-file, and I'm gonna go to maybe about 22,000 RPMs. And what I'm gonna do is just very carefully go underneath to kind of give that curve back underneath and file out that excess. And you can also, like, if you wanted to, if you feel comfortable to, you can kind of file out some of your natural nail. Just like that. This kind of thins out the tip a little bit so it doesn't look so bulky from underneath. Now this is where I really have to be careful. You can definitely mess your shape up here if you're not careful. And that's all you do for that. And then I'm just gonna go back through again with my hand file and just make sure I didn't like make any of those under sidewalls there like jagged as I was doing that, because it's definitely easy to catch the sides of those if you aren't careful. And while I'm finishing this up, I will put up a picture of the design I'm doing today, because I think I'm just not going to talk through that. If you don't want to watch it through, I totally understand. If you do, though, I'm just going to play some music. I'm probably not really going to explain anything that I'm doing, because I'm not doing anything super complicated. And I will just let you know before you click away, though, that the design that I do today on my nails will be available on my website also for you to purchase as press-ons if you like the design. So make sure you check those out if you're interested. But I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna get rid of this, I'm gonna clean up, and then I'm gonna start painting. Okay guys, they're all finished. I'm just gonna do a little bit of finish filing. Make sure you didn't get any spillage or anything like that. If you made it this far, I really appreciate the support. If you liked this video, then I would appreciate it if you liked and commented, maybe even subscribed if you want to see more videos like this. I plan for right now to upload every other Monday. So the next video that I will be doing will probably be a press-on video. So I'm excited to show you guys how I do that, and they will be a very special shape. They're not going to be like your normal shape. So I'm excited to share that with you in 2 weeks. If you want this design, if you like it and you want to be able to wear it yourself, I will have them on my website to be able to purchase. You can message me if you'd like on Instagram if you want to know how to size, but they'll also be in the description on my website as well. There'll be a few different options for sizing. And I hope to see you in the next one.